Hi there, we're the Unbreakable Vow from Lowell High School, and we are going to mention our stance on whether or not the apartheid's eradication kept its promise or not. We actually agree that it has kept all of its democratic promises after it was eliminated in 1993. And before we convey that, we're just going to go through the history of it before it was eradicated and after. So its registration was in 1950. And before the apartheid was eradicated, residents actually had to carry around passbooks as identification in order for them to transfer to different regions of the land. As well as this, they were only allowed to marry colored groups of their own color. So there was no interracial marriages, and that was not legal at the time. And as well as this, people were also forced to move to urban areas. And it brought a political and social separation. This allowed for whites or European settlers in the African countries, in South African nation, to only use the fertile land that was there. We're also going to discuss how
it changed after.
Yeah.
So it's changed because during the post-apartheid, they became more democratic and they had their own constitution. So they didn't have to hold their passbooks for identification anymore. Also, they were allowed to marry interracially, which gave them more rights as people to marry as they please. And also they were allowed to live wherever they pleased, so which also gave them democratic rights and also proves that the promise has been fulfilled to increase the rights for the people in Africa.
Okay. And there were different movements established, such as African National Congress, which was South Africa's governing party, which was started in April of 1994.
It's been in power since the transition of democracy.
Nelson Mandela was elected president in 1994, and one of his main goals was to reform education, maintain voting rights for colored, and increase the rights for blacks.
So as you can see that the country's progress has increased significantly as of 1993, with all the acts such as interracial marriage being legal, all the rights that Nelson Mandela granted, such as the Medication Acts. South Africa has actually become a well-equipped first world country. So once again, we're Lowell High School, the Unbreakable Vow. Now, we're not finished yet. We still have a couple more things to say. So we can just elaborate more on the history of Nelson Mandela before he actually started the ANC.
He was a highly educated prince that was actually born in South Africa. And after he found out that he was supposed to get married to somebody he doesn't love, he ran away. And he did his own stuff and got more educated and did what he wanted to do and choose his own, course in life and everything like that.
And became a successful attorney to help eliminate the fighting for apartheid.
And that's when it all started. He got arrested for about 27 years, and
during the time he was arrested and put in jail, it actually gave him a lot of time to think and how to actually think about how a country should be governed.
And while in jail,
All right. So once again, we are Lowell High School, the Unbreakable Vow. Thank you very much.